In the headlines, the night sections or the annual year-end sections in 2021 of the 10th People's Council of Cần Thơ City for the 2021-2026 term is scheduled for the 7th to the 9th of December. To November the 14th, nearly 3,504,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccines have been administered to people in Cần Thơ City. Cần Thơ City has granted new investment registration certificates to 5 foreign direct investment or FDI projects with a capital of more than 174 million US dollars from the beginning of the year until now. Hello and welcome to another edition of Cần Thơ News, the English news program of Cần Thơ radio and television station and top news today. The Standing Board of Cần Thơ City People's Council has just summoned the night sections, also known as the annual year-end sections of 2022 of the 10th People's Council of Cần Thơ City for the 2021-2026 term. The sections will last for 3 days from the 7th to the 9th of December at the hall of Cần Thơ Municipal Party Committee. At the sections, the City People's Council will consider the reports of its Standing Board, the City People's Committee, departments and sectors. The Standing Board of the city's Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee will inform the sections about authority building work and make suggestions to the City People's Council and People's Committee regarding necessary works for socio-economic development, ensuring the defense and security of the city. At the same time, the City People's Council expects to discuss and pass 27 resolutions submitted by the Standing Boards of the City People's Council and the City People's Committee. Question and answer sections on issues concerned by voters will also be held. The Propaganda and Education Board of Cần Thơ Municipal Party Committee has just worked with Thống District regarding its propaganda and education work in 2022. In 2022, propaganda and education work from the districts to the grassroots level in Thống District was timely implemented. Within the year, over 265 models of learning and following Ho Chi Minh in many fields were carried out, like the model of Medicine Cabinet of the Youth and Waste Incinerator at Home. One scientific talk in 2022, deemed Promoting the Internal Strength and Strive to Carry Out the Political Missions of Thống District Party Committee, was held. The work of political theory education received attention with 63 classes organized with 6,900 participants. Other works like the grasping of public opinion and perfecting organizations, among others, also received attention. The People's Committee of Cái Răng District recently organized a ceremony to launch the Action Month for Gender Equality, the Prevention and Response to Gender-Based Violence in 2022 with the theme Ensuring Social Security, Empower and Create Opportunities for Women and Girls for Gender Equality and Eliminating Gender-Based Violence. The Action Month for Gender Equality, Prevention and Response to Gender-Based Violence in 2022 was launched in Cái Răng District from November 15, 2022 to December 15, 2022 to create a peak phase for publicity work in the entire districts, along with implementing drastic measures to make positive transformation within the society on gender equality and preventing gender-based violence, moving towards an equal, advanced and sustainably developed society where no one is left behind. As of now, Cái Răng District has built and maintained 46 trusted addresses that provide emergency support for victims of violence at all 7 wards, along with 13 anti-domestic violence clubs and 2 marriage consultation groups. At the launching ceremony, the district presented 30 gifts to poor, near-poor households and needy students in the locality. In other news, Bình Thủy District People's Committee recently coordinated with Saigon Co-op Food, one-member limited liability company, to organize a Zero Dome shop at Co-op Bình Thủy. At the Zero Dome shop, 200 presents of rice and other essentials worth about 250,000 Vietnam dong were given to those in difficult circumstances in Bình Thủy District. People would come and choose the presents that they need. On this occasion, Saigon Co-op is going to organize 5 Zero Dome shops that give 1,000 gifts to needy people nationwide. This is one of the practical activities that contribute to local efforts to ensure social security and alleviate poverty. To November 14th, nearly 3,504,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccines have been administered to people in Cần Thơ City. This figure represents 103% of the allocated vaccine doses. Cần Thơ City has completed vaccinating its residents aged 12 and above with 2 basic shots and giving the third shots to children aged 5 to 11. The rates of receiving the third and fourth vaccine shots of people aged 18 and above are 71.1% and 78.8% respectively. The rate of children aged 12 to 17 receiving the third shot is over 65%. Over 90% of children aged 5 to 11 have received the second shot. The health service sector shall coordinate with the city's public security and the people's committees of the districts to accelerate the update of vaccination data and the verification of vaccine passports. Cần Thơ City has granted new investment registration certificates to 5 new foreign direct investment or FDI projects with a capital of more than $174 million from the beginning of the year until now, bringing the total number of foreign direct investment projects in the city to 85 projects with a total registered investment capital of about $2,220 million. During the same period, Cần Thơ Industrial and Export Processing Zones also granted 6 investment registration certificates with a total registered investment capital of more than $34 million. In addition to that, investment attraction and business development in Cần Thơ City have witnessed many positive signals. In November 2022 alone, the city granted new business registration to 1,639 businesses with a total registered capital of 12 trillion Vietnam dong, exceeding 17% of the plan in terms of number of businesses and reaching over 75% of this year's capital registration plan.
Ladies and gentlemen, with diverse and attractive creativity, Vietnamese bread has just been named in the world's top 23 delicious hamburgers by America Travel magazine of CNN. And mentioning the creativity in bread making for many years, a man living in Cái Răng urban district has turned common loaf of bread into little ones, with delicious and fragrant tastes that have attracted lots of customers.
Since tiny loaves of milk bread have been successfully made, Tinhot bread store sells more than 1,000 loaves, sometimes as many as nearly 2,000 loaves a day. The man who made these tiny loaves of milk bread is Trương Tinhot, 51 years of age. He and his siblings have founded a bread making establishment and sold bread for nearly 20 years.
Milk bread flour is stuffed with fresh milk instead of water. This makes the bread more delicious and sweet-scented. I have stuffed the bread like this and done it the same until now.
One tiny loaf of milk bread costs 2,000 Vietnam dong, and one meat-stuffed loaf of milk bread costs 10,000 Vietnam dong. With fresh milk material, the milk bread has very sweet taste and a typical aroma. 6 siblings of his family in turn sell bread from dawn to dusk. Sometimes his entire family sells bread until as late as midnight.
I'm very happy when customers buy and give good comments. Students usually buy my bread and then introduce the bread to other students.
Tiny loaves of bread with naturally milky white and size smaller than a palm are attractive to lots of customers. It's different from common kinds of bread. It's softer and more delicious. It leaves a sweet taste after eating.
There are 5 members in my family. I buy this bread for all the 5. Bread is sold in many places, but this unique kind of bread creates its different attraction to customers.
Thanks to the creativity and unique feature, his bread store attracts more and more customers and brings stable income for his entire family.
And last but not least, we have the updated weather forecast. And this is the end of today's edition of Cần Thơ News. Remember to watch our news program again online on our website at thtpct.vn. And now thank you very much for tuning in. Goodbye and see you next time.